custodians of country throughout its league area. We pay our respects to all First Nations people and acknowledge elders past, present and emerging.
Welcome to Before the Game. It's round 9 of the Swamport Hotel RMFL season. I'm Matt Hood. We're coming to you today live from the Tintinara Oval, home of the Coorong Cats Football Club. Before the Game is brought to you by Professionals Murray Bridge, and a big thank you to our major sponsor, the Swamport Hotel. We've got a star-studded panel here for you today, and it's all the presidents. Narelle Hinks, welcome.
Thank you.
Adam Hill, president, and Talonmen president, Beefy Allen.
Thank you, mate.
Welcome aboard. Let's just talk about what's going on. Narelle, you've got to be happy with the Cats A-grade netball.
We are very happy.
Where are you sitting?
We're sitting in at third.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so today's game will be a good one, I think, just to cement that spot.
Good stuff. Now, Ungar, I come through the gate today, and I'm thinking I'm at the Adelaide show. We've got jumping castles, we've got kids going everywhere. What's going on?
I'll tell you what, at the Cat, we turn it on for everyone here, mate. We've got the Kitty Cats Carnival today, so
nice work.
There's a lot happening out the back there. There's the dunk tank, the jumpy castle,
the dunk tank,
pony ride. Yes, the dunk tank.
I do hear that.
I see that's filling up nicely over there.
You two are going to be dunk today, aren't you?
Apparently, yes,
3
we
o'clock.
are, but...
You're going to be like a little plucked rooster, I tell you.
I think, well, Narelle and I are quite busy on Saturdays as operations president, so we might strategically be busy around 3 o'clock, so we'll see what happens there.
Now, and talking about sitting all right, Talonmen's doing all right in your footy there?
Yeah, we're doing all right. It's just a bit up and down with the boys in and out of sample, so when we get them back, we seem to look good, so
absolutely.
It'd be nice to get them in a few more times this year.
Absolutely. Now, we've got a very special guest about to come in right now. Beefy, if I could just ask you just to slide out for 1 second, and we're going to bring in Dan Menzel, the Coorong Cats Premiership coach. Dan, welcome.
Great to be here.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming in on game day.
No stress at all.
We haven't spoken to you since last year. Now, I just want to just quickly turn back the clock. Grand final day, in your wildest dreams, did you ever think it was going to turn out like that?
I thought we were going to win. I didn't know that we'd end up winning by 15 goals, to be completely honest. But no, we obviously had the season that we were after, and we had so many contributors on grand final day and throughout the year, and it was a massive performance from our guys. And yeah, it was a nice way to enjoy the last quarter and know that you'd actually won the premiership. Was a nice way to play.
Absolutely. I wanted to just ask, interleague coach last week, how did you find that experience? Obviously you were victorious and kept your unbeaten record as coach intact.
Yes, KC mentioned that to a few of the boys that played on the day. It was it was great. I loved the experience. We had really good buy-in, and I mentioned that to the playing group, that it was fantastic that so many I spoke to were keen and good to go. And really enjoyed it. Really tricky, tough conditions, probably their type of conditions on their ground. So I was really pleased to win in those conditions and get the job done. Yeah, nice job there. And of course, terrible conditions and everything else, but it was a great day, wasn't it? It was.
We're at round 9, halfway point. How do you think that you're sitting right now comparing to where you were at this point last year?
Yeah, I think, I'm obviously really pleased with how we're going. Last year, we didn't have too many injuries. We were really lucky in terms of injury list. This year, most of our recruits or guys that have come from Adelaide have missed a bit of footy. So we've probably had 3 or 4 of our best players out most games, which it's been great for me to be able to bring through some younger kids in particular, but also just rely on our depth a little bit more, which has been huge. And it's meant that in terms of coaching for me, it's just changed in terms of implementing things a little bit differently and trying to give guys roles that aren't normally in the side. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how we've gone with those injuries, which is always going to come at some stage.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. And just wanted to mention Seb Kerrish and Keenan Jacobs starting to find their feet now.
Yeah, they are. They both come in and been super for our program in terms of training standards, and they both are so intrinsically motivated and driven, which is huge for me as a coach to have those guys at training knowing that the standards will be good. So that's now starting to show in games. Seb's starting to play really well for us on the ball and across half back, and Keno is doing a really good job around the footy and up forward.
He's an in and under player, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's a ball hunter. He's a ball winner, and I think we've got a really good balance in our midfield with Stiddy and him doing that, and then a few other guys that can play a little bit more outside for us. So I think that balance is underrated in terms of midfields, and it's something that you need them on days like today, but you also need guys on the outside when it comes finals time too.
Absolutely. Mate, thanks for coming on game day. We really do appreciate it. All the best for today.
No worries at all. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, mate. We'll still swap over. We'll bring Beefy back in.
Hey Dan, any plans for next year?
No, we signed confidentiality agreements around here, Beefy, so...
Dan, that was a setup too, by the way. Oh, dear. Poor old Dan. He didn't know what to say there. All right, now, we do need to just mention one of our favourite sons here at RMFLTV, Johnny Kluski. It's his birthday today, and we've gone and got him something. And here it is. Look at the donuts there, JK. Fresh, Krispy Kreme donuts. That Kim's just going to sample one of them bad boys. Oh, yeah. So happy birthday to JK. Is that all right, Kim? Yeah, good talking mouthful. So happy birthday, JK. Hope you have a great day and tune in to RMFL TV.
Happy birthday, Johnny.
Absolutely. All right. Let's have a look at we've got obviously Indigenous round this week, so it's a big game here today, and we'd like to just perhaps bring out the Guernseys there. Have you got yours there, Adam, or not?
Yes,
So
I
just
do.
get there, hold them up, and Clint, can you just bring them up there?
See that there? So the Coorong Cats, we've been running this one for a few years now. So this one was designed by Harley at Aboriginal Art, and you can find him on Instagram. But yeah, all about the connection of the three communities coming together when we formed the new club, the Cats, and some other bits and pieces there as well.
Yep.
So yeah, it's all fantastic. Have a look on our Facebook page because there is some description and some reasoning behind the design, so you'll know what all that means. So that yeah, very special day.
Yeah, absolutely. And Beefy, on yours?
As the eagle, obviously it's the wedge-tail eagle. So the name on the back, first word there is Nurrunjerry for the wedge-tail eagle.
Nice.
And the second part, that's the bend, obviously.
Yep.
So, and the stars are put on there to represent past and present and hopefully future premierships that we'll go and get.
And Kevin Capinnery designed that from...
Yeah, Kev Croppy designed it. He's done a great job.
Yeah, it's great.
And, you know, his dad played, and now his lad's over at Melbourne doing a great job over there.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, we're very proud of it. So,
Yeah.
to him, we thank him.
Both great-looking Guernseys.
Yeah.
All right, Adam, can we have a look at the RMFL TV Awards winners from round 8, please?
Certainly can. From round 8, the Smiley Car Wash Player of the Day went to Jacob Trevorrow out at Ramblers, and the Dutton's Goal of the Day also Jacob Trevorrow at Ramblers, so he had a good day out there cleaning up. The McHugh's Bakery Mark of the Day, Luau Kalai from Ramblers. Ramblers having a good representation there, and they continue it on with the Elders Rising Star. That was Max Marchetti. The Murray Sales Defender of the Day, Matt Thompson, also Ramblers, and the Anytime Fitness Incentive Award went to Kynan Adams. So yeah, Ramblers had a good day there.
Lovely work, thank you, Adam. Clinton, can we have a look at the RMFL TV sponsors, please?
Yeah, the RMFL TV scoreboard, that's sponsored by the Mo Valley Standard. The Coin Toss and Jimmy's Joke, that's also bought by Crowy's Paints. And the quarter, half-time and three-quarter time breaks, that's by Drendel Concrete. Special comments, that's Eckert Earth Moving. Matt's Quiz, that's bought by Ruck and Rover, which is Chili and Harry Mansfield, which I don't know if you watched it, they do a great job.
They do an awesome job.
And the major sponsor, of course, the Swamport Hotel. So thank them.
Lovely work. Thanks for that, Beefy. Last weekend, Earl, big
Yes.
weekend in Adelaide for netball. Very wet, and I've been at Etsa Park. What do they call it now down there? It's not Etsa Park, is it?
Priceline Stadium.
Priceline
I
Stadium,
think it's
thank you.
Priceline. Yeah.
Priceline.
Now.
But it's like a river that flows across those courts
is.
when it's thing. But we've got a quick wrap up of that.
We
Can you
do.
tell us how the sides went?
Yeah, no, we did really well down there last weekend. It was very wet. The under-11s finished 9th out of the 12 teams for the day. The under-13s finished 13 out of 24. Our under-15s, 19 out of 24, and our under-17s didn't look too bad. They ended up 4th in their division and then moved on to finals and finished 8 out of the 20. So
Good effort for everyone.
They
Good-
did well.
And a good experience for the girls.
Excellent experience, yeah. Especially playing inside, it was
Yeah.
lovely.
I bet so. Love it. Love it. You had 2 of your daughters down
I
there?
did, yeah. Both my girls in the 15s and 17s.
Good
so
stuff.
it was good.
That's excellent.
Good weekend.
stuff. Interleague last weekend, which was a fantastic weekend with us getting wins in the 16s and the league. It did start snowing a couple of times about last week, and we had a river just rolling in front of the commentary box. Let's just do the wrap up on that, Adam. The under 16s.
Yeah,
first.
the Cods had a good result in the under 16s. It was 5-8-38 to the Hills, just 3 points, and the goal kickers there were 2 to Bryce Reid, 1 each to Lucas Piggott, Riley Robertson, Jordan Powell, and best ons were Max Reljic, Rockland Bates, Nate Bulterson, Henry Blatchford, and Aidan Frank.
Thanks, Adam. Under 18s, please, Beefy.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised with this score actually. The Hills 4-11-35 to the River Murray 2 goal 1-13. Thought the boys would have probably got close there. The goal kickers 1 each to Brock Pedler and Mitch Gale, and best players Campbell Schubert, Nash Roan, Coda Eli, and Pat Ball.
Thanks, Beefy. And Narelle, the league results,
Yeah,
please.
moving on to the league, as Menzel said earlier, good win for RMFL, 7 goals 14-56 to the Hills, 4 goals 8-32. Our goal kickers, Lockie Thomas with 2, Xander, Brown, Scott, Kerrish and Boris just with the 1. Best on was Lockie Thomas, Josh Smithson, Adam Smythe, Dan Xander, Jaden Ward and Brad Thompson.
Now, we don't get down here without a tow vehicle team, and again, our very good friends at Duttons have been great to supply the brand new Triton for us, and Denise is bringing it up on the screen now, but they've got the end of financial year sales on, and a $3,000 cash card available, up to $3,000. Mark Machete's the man, so slip into Duttons and ask for Mark Machete, and he will look after you. All right, one thing I just do need to mention, little oversight of mine, probably maybe my first mistake ever, but in the league for the RMFL Interleague last week, the best on ground medal was is named after David Schenscher, and I forgot to mention it during the call, which was an oversight of mine. So very much I apologise to David Schenscher for not mentioning that, but and of course Lockie Thomas was best on for the River Murray. Time now to have a look at the Duttons leading goal kicker, please, Narelle.
Yes, so we can go into the A grade. Dan Menzel with 29, Johnny Boris with 28, Jack Lewis with 25, Cody Krolig and Ben Hansen with 17. In the B grade, we've got Jimmy Lawson
Big Jim.
Big Jim, 23, Ray Love and Josh Noy with 20, and Simon Newchurch on 19. Under 18s, Jack Denver with 28 and Brock Pedler on 20. Under 15s, Dominic Groves with 29 and Bryce Reid with 25. And the under 13s were pretty close with Archie Nichols in 17 and Charlie Island with 16.
Nice work, thank
Looking
you.
good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Big Jim, just dominating in the.
on
Isn't he?
fire.
Is he out there today, is he or not?
Yes, he's out there today.
All right, good
Yep.
stuff. Now time for the Dace Irrigation and Fodder Player of the Year, please, Adam.
Yeah, the round 8 votes. It was Ramblers versus Mallee Districts. It was 3 votes to Jacob Trevorrow, 2 votes to Jack Lewis, and 1 vote to Corey Cox. Taylor Ben versus Jervois game, 3 votes to Josh Scott, 2 votes to Jake Wiedemann, and 1 vote to Lockie Thomas. It was Southern Mallee versus the Coorong Cats. 3 votes went to Alex Stitterford, 2 votes to Oscar Barrett, and 1 vote to Seb Kerrish. And Maipalonga took on Imperials, 3 votes to Cam Ball, 2 votes Todd Howson, and 1 vote to Jack Penfold. So that brings Scotter up. Josh Scott on 11 votes, leading the way there. Reed Culler on 10, and Josh Smithson as well. So she's tied at the top there.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Now it's time for the Chemist King Club of the Year, please, Beefy.
Yeah, Chemist King Club of the Year. Jervois there on 49. The Coorong Cats are on 41. Imperials 40. The Southern Mallee 35. We've got Manham, Taylor Ben, Ramblers all stuck on 34 together. Maipalonga 23 and Mallee Storm on 14.
Thank you very much. Time now for the Swamport Hotel League ladder, please, Narelle.
Yeah, so we've got Coorong Cats sitting comfy with 14 points, and then Jervois close behind with 12, Imperials 10, Southern Mallee Suns on 8, Taylor sitting on 6 with Manham as well, and Maipo on 4, Ramblers on 4 also, and Mallee Districts haven't quite got there yet.
No, but today it might be their opportunity.
Might be their day today, you reckon?
Against
Okay.
Manham. And Beefy, can we have a score update, please, at quarter time?
If you've got glasses on, I can't see without mine on.
Gee whiz, is
1 goal 2,
Yep.
9, so 1 goal 2.
Yes.
Well, that doesn't make
Doesn't-
sense.
Doesn't make sense, but 1 goal 2 to 1 goal 2.
Yeah, we'll roll with that.
One's 9 and one's 8, so I
but-
don't know how that...
Good on the kids for having a go.
Exactly. Sorry, Beef, I didn't realise you needed glasses to see that far.
On a long distance.
Long distance, yeah, on the
Take
same
them
way.
off to read.
All righty, time for the Duttons team of the week. And just a couple of mentions there. Jacob Devara, best on ground, got himself straight into the middle.
Yep.
And the King, Toddy Howson at full back. Maybe his first appearance in the team of the week. So well done to those two. Now, moving on. Had a opportunity today to have a talk to one of the legends of RMFL footy in Noel Hartman. We were hoping to get Roger Wilson here as well, but Roger's unfortunately not well today. So I had a little bit of a chat to Noel because the medal, of course, is the Wilson and Hartman medal. So this is what Noel had to say. Noel, thanks for coming along today on what is it's a big day, being Indigenous round, and but before we start having a chat, I need to just sing out of some of your achievements as a footballer.
Yep.
And you're going to correct me if I get anything wrong here, please. You're a 5-time premiership player. You've won a best and fairest for Taylor Bend. Male medalist, 1989.
89.
With David McKechnie.
Tied with Dave
Yep,
McKechnie. That was the first year that they brought out the dual medals.
Did they?
In 89.
Right.
If it was still the old countback system, I would have got him.
You still would have. You actually would
Would have
have
got him.
got him on
I,
that.
I
So
had 5 BOGs and he had 4.
right. There you go. Now, what else? What have I missed? There's going to be something else that I've missed.
Well, 200 odd games for Taylor.
Yep.
Had
And you played where else was it? In the hills as well?
2 seasons at Onkapringa Valley. Roger and myself went up there for 2 years in 94, 95.
Yep.
We won a flag in 94 the first year we went there.
Yep.
Runners up in 95 and they haven't won a flag since.
No. And 2000, you were actually named in the state countryside.
Yep.
What happened?
Well, captain the River Murray that year.
Yep.
So we played Great Southern at Strath, did well on that. That got me selected in the zone side, and that's when our zone side was in the Southern Districts zone.
Yep.
And from that, I got best on ground on that, and that got me into the state countryside. And the week before we were supposed to fly out to Wagga Wagga, we were playing Gervals at Taylor Bend, and I broke my leg that day.
Oh no.
So a bit disappointing, and
Yeah.
I was having a really good year that day. I
Yeah.
think I polled 11 votes in the male medal, and Kimmy White from Meningie won it that year with, I think it was 16.
Yeah. Right. So you're on track.
I was on fire that year.
You're on track, and then broke the leg.
Broke the leg, yeah.
And was it as painful as they say it is?
Well, at the time it happened so quick.
Yeah. And in shock and.
In shock and that, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I was talking to Randall Cox later on after it all happened and everything. He goes, the first thing he said, "Geez, I hope that's Toddy Blucher."
He didn't say that, did he? Oh no. Good on him.
yeah, but nah. But in the end, we still had a successful year that year. We won the flag, and
Yeah.
I
That would have
was
been tough for you.
tough.
Yep.
But I was still involved helping Randall coach on the sidelines that year. So,
Yeah.
and we lost our ruckman that year as well through a broken ankle, Benny Porter.
Right.
As well,
Yep.
so
Yep. Good ruckman.
yeah, good ruckman. So
Yep.
we had a few injuries, but
you still got the
we
job
still
done.
Got the job done.
Today we've got the best on ground medal named after yourself and Roger Wilson,
Yep.
which that would have been certainly a real honour. When it's been around for a few years now, hasn't it?
Yeah. It was a great initiative by when Terry Connolly was the president at Taylor.
Yep.
He introduced it and recognised obviously the Indigenous footballers as great as Roger and myself have been over the years. And,
Yep.
not only football, but off the field
It's
as well.
community and club
Community
and
and
yeah,
club people that
absolutely.
been involved in that. So.
I just want to mention just a couple of Rogers, and I'm probably going to miss a couple here, but Roger was the 1996 best and fairest at Meningie. I'm not sure if he won any best and fairest at Taylor. I didn't have that data, but do you think?
I'm not 100% sure whether he won a BNF, but he won the 1992
male medal, yeah. So he won 92 male medal, and he's also Premiership player 2001 for Meningie, and he was assistant coach that year.
Yep, and he 1992 Premiership player for Taylor.
For Taylor, was it? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
So-
we had the half half forward line was myself, Bill Wilson, and Roger Wilson. So,
What a half forward line.
On the half forward
Fair
line.
dinkum. And we will talk a little bit about some of your favourite Indigenous players shortly, and I'm quite sure Bill Wilson will come up in that mention too. But I just want to talk a little bit just quickly about Indigenous round, how it's grown. It's from where it started to where it is now is unbelievable, isn't it?
It is. It's well, I mean, I think the first year that Taylor and Meningie were involved in, I reckon we were the only clubs that started it.
I think we instigated the Meningie Bears and Taylor Bend were the ones that really sort of kicked it off and thought, well, this needs to be done.
Yeah, it needs to be done, yeah. And from there, the other clubs have got involved, and the River Murray Footy League have got involved in it. And it's such a great honour and recognition to be recognised, you know, by other clubs and peers in the community and all that as well. And just for the recognition that we do on and off the field. And,
absolutely, absolutely. And you'd mentioned there that the support from the other clubs and the RMFL, fantastic. And you know, I love the fact that other Indigenous players like Ray Loves is out there helping clubs design Guernseys, and you know, and the story behind the Guernseys is also fantastic. So so that's, you know, just awesome to see. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's great. And like, my cousin Kev, he designed the Melbourne Footy Club Indigenous Guernsey this
Kevin
year.
Capinnery.
Kevin Crop, and he's also the Guernsey that Talem's wearing has been designed by Kev as well. So he obviously, I think, designed that a couple of years ago. So
no, it's great to see. I want to throw some names around. I want some of your favourite Indigenous players that you've seen or played with. Just mention a few names that you, and obviously we mentioned Bill Wilson before. He was tall, he was athletic, he could do it all, couldn't he?
Oh, great. You know, the couple of years that I was involved with the Southern District side, Bill was a state country fullback. So, you know, great player, but not only a great backman, but he could play anywhere. It's just such his athleticism. You know, he'd take a good mark up forward, he could control the back lines. And, you know, even you could probably, with his ability of jumping, he could also throw him in the ruck.
Absolutely, he could jump. There's no doubt. Some other names. Who else comes to mind?
Obviously, you got Roger. I played with Tommy Smith. I was a little bit younger, but, you know, we had like Clyde Rigney, senior.
Senior. I did see him play. Awesome player.
Neville Marks.
Now Neville Marks, Nifty Marks, what a player. Had the long locks, hair, and when he ran it, used to bounce up and down. My first kick in A-grade football went to Neville. My very first one out at Manham, and he kicked a goal. So
so there's some great players here, but also played against some good players as well. Like, you know, look at the Love Brothers, but there's been such a great, like, Meningie have had a great following of Indigenous footballers played through there. You know, he's passed away now, but Jimmy Rankin, Mull medalist. For out at Jervois.
Could yap old Jimmy, couldn't he?
He could
yap, and sometimes you just have to say, shut up, Jimmy, wouldn't you? He would just go on.
If you met him for the first time, you think, geez, you wouldn't want to upset him, but that's the character he was, and he just brought fun.
Well, there wasn't a time that if he saw my wife Katrina, he wouldn't slap a kiss on her, and he'd slap one straight on her lips, and she loved it. It was just all good fun. But that was his type. But he could play footy, and I think if you looked at Jimmy, he couldn't play footy, but hell, he could play, couldn't he?
Yeah, hard and tough. I was a little bit younger, didn't quite get to see him play. You know, through his prime, but just what you hear heard about
the stories about him good. Exactly. And Phil Catinnery, I played with Phil Catinnery. Not a flashy player, but just a strong-bodied player, and you
know, obviously we had through Talam, we had my uncle Michael Capinnery and Uncle Kevin Croppy, and also had my cousin Leslie Talbot, was a good footballer back in the day, coming up through the Colts, and played a bit of A-grade when he was younger. So.
For sure. Well, what I can say now is that you were on the scene when I was playing, and you were an absolute jet, running either on half forward or on the wing, and you know, your rap sheet that we just read out says it all. And you've got the job today picking best on ground
for the
Hartman Wilson
for the reserves and the league side.
And the league. So you're going to have to concentrate today.
Well, no beers.
And actually, we've just got the Guernsey. Just bring that in, please, Beefy. Taliban President's just got the Taliban Guernsey, and there it is there, and that's an absolutely magnificent.
Got the beautiful eagle on there. Which represents the Talemend Footy Club. So that's designed by my cousin Kevin Croppy.
Fantastic. Just turn around the backside too. And there, that looks great, doesn't it? It's got the flag on there as well. So good stuff. All right, no, lovely work. Thanks very much, mate. Appreciate your time today.
No, it's a pleasure.
As
It was a pleasure.
absolute honour having a chat today. Thanks,
Yeah,
Noel.
no worries, mate.
Good on
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks very much.
Right.
That was great of Noel, and I think we would have just kept on talking, Beef. If we wanted to keep talking footy, Noel would have just kept on chatting away.
Oh, he would, and he just loves footy. I'm still very glad that he wears his Eagles stuff around. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Just a class
and he
player.
was a jet,
Yeah,
absolute jet of football.
that he was. Yeah, no, it was excellent. Just on a bit of a sad note, guys. Adam, you had a passing in your family, and also a great member of the Tailem Bend Football Club. Just wanted like to mention that, please.
Yeah, Peter Connolly, you know, a great club man, great community man. His lads Paul and Justin both played in the club. He'd you know, the accolades for him: multiple medal winner. He'd been secretary, been president. You know, he'd done everything he could for the club.
Yeah.
But all around, just a really nice bloke too.
Yeah.
Really nice bloke.
Yep. Hey, you want to add anything, Adam?
No, funeral was yesterday, and obviously all congregated back at the Tailem Bend Footy Club, which was quite fitting. And yeah, just to reiterate what Beefy says, you know, all the commentary was around his contribution to football,
Yeah.
particularly Tailem Bend, and the Connolly family, of course, synonymous with Tailem Bend Footy Club. So yeah, they and like you said, the boys Justin and Paul still pitch in, and yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a great send off, and our thoughts are
Done a
obviously
lot
with
in the
Tailem Bend.
community as well. Like,
Yes.
involved in so many things. So
Yeah.
not just footy.
That's
He's
right.
a real community person.
No, that's good. Well, thanks for that. Now it's time for what needs fixing. Beefy, what needs fixing?
The road between Tailem Bend and Murray Bridge. When you go back there, the left-hand lane's crap.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, the roadworks have come up a few times on this segment, so perhaps we need to get on to someone to get them fixed up. No worries.
What are they called? D-tie.
Yeah.
Dip
I've
tie.
already-
Yep.
Yeah, I've already sent them email.
Good stuff. Adam, what needs fixing?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's quite a few things, but when I arrived here today at Tintinara,
Yep.
you know, if it's going to be this cold, it might as well rain at
Yep.
Tintinara.
Yep.
And there's one person who really needs fixing, and I won't mention her name, Tegan Johnson, but she organised the Kitty Cats Carnival
Yep.
here today, and a little bit more on that later on. But
Yep.
she's also organised the dunk tank for myself and Narelle and a few others to go in a bit
So
later
the cause
on.
is, what's the cause?
It's for our junior development and
good
just to
fun.
bring our communities even closer together. So, so I don't know how we're going to go here, but I think we need to fix Tegan Johnson and her thinking about who goes in that tank on days like
Is
this.
she going in?
Well, I reckon we might be able to just bloody push her in.
Yeah, I reckon. I just see the put some more ice in it over there right at the moment.
She might be able to test it for us.
Yeah,
They're
that's
icing it up.
right.
Yeah.
All right, what needs fixing, Narelle?
Well, Clinton actually took mine because I was going to complain about the roads as well. So that's really thrown me now.
Right.
So
Is there anything else? What about
there is-
Adrian? What about Adrian? Is there anything?
well, then that was my second one. Because my
What's he not
dryer
doing?
needs fixing, and Hinksy's at home today, so I hope he's at home fixing my dryer.
He
So
knows what's good for him. Thanks him. If you're watching, get the dryer fixed, eh?
Yeah.
All right, my turn. Fake news. Caroline Wilson and her fake news. The AFL need to sort her out. She dragged through the ringer St Kilda player Wanganeen
Yes.
Miller. Poor Tex Walker dragged him back through the ringer again because of her fake news. And when she got called out, which she did, she comes on the TV, tries to explain what happened. There was no excuse to what actually happened. Fake news. The AFL need to come in and sort her out, along with Kane Corns. He can go as well.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, she needs to get her facts right before she starts blabbing her mouth away with her fake news.
She loves the drama, Caroline, I'll tell you.
Fair income. I felt for these two guys,
Yep.
and I felt like ringing and Caroline said, "You're done. Get
Get out.
out." So that's what needs fixing for me. All right. Okay.
you got you right now, Matt?
Yeah, I'm all right. Okay. We need to mention Professionals Murray Bridge, fantastic sponsors of Before the Game. We've got their fantastic little marquee that run here today in case it does get wet. So a big thank you to David and Karen Clark, Professionals Murray Bridge. Facebook pages, social media time.
Yes.
Adam, let's roll straight into it.
The clubs have been blowing up this week. The Coorong Cats, now plenty of promotion on the Indigenous round, of course.
Yep.
The Coorong Cats, Tailem Bend Indigenous round here today. There'll be a welcome to country and smoking ceremony just prior to the big game, so tune in for that one. And it's also our Cats Carnival night. So Kitty Cats Carnival during the day. Big Kids Carnival tonight. So, in all seriousness, well done, Tegan Johnson. Done
Yep.
a great job with her helpers setting up.
Right
today.
behind us, you can probably hear the kids on Kate. The
yeah,
kids are right behind
massive.
us.
There's kids
and
everywhere.
they are having an absolute wow of a time.
Yeah.
I don't know, there'll be 100 odd kids out the back
Easy,
there having a great time.
Great to see.
They're doing well over there. We're enjoying it.
They are.
Imperials today, for Indigenous round, they've got Bo Miller, he'll toss the coin for the reserves, and Seth Rankin, he's doing the lead in there at Imperials.
And then we've got Jervois. They're promoting the big day of football and netball as well with their Indigenous round.
Yeah, the Mallee District Storm, keeping with the theme, Indigenous round. Now, they've got the brand new Guernseys for 2025, so jump onto their Facebook page and take a look. It's really interesting and they look fantastic.
Madam, they've also got a really good-looking Indigenous Day Guernsey. Well done to them.
And for MyPo, the black and gold merch is back, so get your orders in now before it runs out.
Over at Ramblers, they've been promoting the Keenan Harradine Guernsey, so designed by him, and they've had some of their players wearing those during the week, and they've been promoting that Guernsey as well, so well done.
Yeah, and the same with the Southern Suns. Their Indigenous Guernsey looks amazing, which was designed by Ray Love.
Taylor Ben's Indigenous Guernsey, as we said before, designed by Kevin Croppy. And today out there, having a game in the reserves, we've got a few running around right now. Malcolm Aston, Simon Newchurch, Glenn Gayford, Leo Rigney, he's come up from the juniors.
Listen, Leo.
Yeah, and obviously the Wiz. Jacob in the A grade.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing him playing as well. All right, that's what's been happening on our social medias around the club. Also like to have a little mention for the Ruck and Rover podcast, Chili and Harry. Get onto Spotify and have a little listen to some of the great interviews they do on there. Time for another interview, and this young lad is a bit of a guru around your club, Beefy. Young Mitchell Hanks, the Phantom, is what we call him, and he was lucky enough to go down and play in the Division 12 Resi State of Origin, I think it was, SA versus All Stars, and this is the interview I had with him earlier today. Mitch, the Phantom. Thanks, how are you?
Not too bad yourself?
I'm going very well, thanks, mate. Now, I'm just scrolling around on social media just recently, and all of a sudden I see a picture of you, and I see it says the Divi 12 Resi State of Origin SA versus the All Stars.
Yep.
Tell me, what was it all about?
It's pretty much a charity match. With
Right.
a bunch of influencers and old AFL players and
Right.
a few icons in there, yeah.
And where was this played?
It was played at Nord Oval last
Oh,
Saturday night.
on the big stage?
Yeah, big stage.
Absolutely. Now,
Yeah.
some of the big names. I did hear there was a couple of big, decent
Yeah,
names there.
Played alongside Charlie Dixon.
Big Charlie.
Prime-
Make him look ordinary, did you?
Yeah, kicked it to him a couple of times. He
Yep.
struggled. Prime Train,
Right.
influencer.
Yep.
Mitch Robinson played on the other side.
Yep. Mitch Grigg.
Mitch Grid, he got best on, yep.
Did he?
Yep,
Right.
played for the South Australian team. Hamish Hartley was playing.
Yeah.
Who else? A few, Katie McDonald, a bit of YouTube sensation.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
So they've just pulled in all these superstars.
Yeah.
Now, I know you're a superstar.
Yeah.
But how the hell did your name get thrown into
So
this mix?
They had a local player competition, so
Ah.
6 locals could get selected,
Yeah.
and you had to enter a competition.
Nice.
But I got all my mates just to tag me in the post, so they made sure to see it. Had
Yeah.
about 70 tags in the post, so then got selected the Monday of that week.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good then running around with those sort
Yeah,
of players. And was it Marmalade?
Yeah, Marmalade.
Marmalade. Now, he's the guy that was at the MCG that did the coin toss.
Yeah.
That's the guy that looked up in the air and
Yeah.
only went about 2 foot
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
in the
yeah.
air. No, good stuff. I saw you kick the goal last week too.
I did, yep.
Did you celebrate well?
I did, yep.
Good.
Everyone came and ran onto the field for me, so
It was like you kicked 100.
yeah,
Absolutely.
pretty much.
That's good. That's good. So but no game today.
No game today.
So
no.
you're just freshening up and
yeah, water boy for the A grade, I reckon.
that's the idea.
Yeah.
Good. That's an important job. So
Yeah.
good stuff. All right, mate. Well, you're an absolute superstar, I tell you. Great to see that you got into that, won that competition and went to the Nord Oval and had a kick and a catch.
Yeah, it was
and
very fun.
absolutely good stuff, mate. The Phantom. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
Good on you. And a big thanks to the Phantom for coming in on game day there and having a bit of a chat to us. And he's a bit of a character, isn't he? So
He's a cracker.
he's good stuff. So good value, young Mitch. Now, we've got a score update, please, Adam, before we...
Score update in the Resis. Now, we're just, the scoreboard, I think it's 2-2 to 1-2. Looks
Whose way?
They're putting, the Cats are up. They're just putting another goal up for the Cats, are they? We might have to just come back to that one.
We'll come back onto that one. Okay. A couple of player milestones today. First of all, we'll bring up Shawnee O'Brien from Imperials. 150 games. Well done to Sean. And then the Jervois playing coach, best and fairest for him, and male medalist, Tate Silverlight, with 100 games for Jervois today. So congratulations to both those players on the milestone games. All right, time to have a look at this week's games, team. Now, Narelle, when you're talking tips this week, you're talking netball.
We are.
Yep. You're talking netball. Adam and Beefy, you're talking footy.
Yep.
So we're going to have a look at the first game, and it is Imperials versus Southern Mallee Suns at Imperials at Johnston Park. Beefy, who's going to win?
I think Imperials.
Yep.
Yeah.
And why?
Oh, I just think they got too much talent all over the ground.
Yeah.
Suns have probably dropped off a little bit. You know, they've probably tried hard to keep them all, but a couple have changed.
Yep.
And I just think with the ins that Imperials have got, they should get the chocolates.
And how much will Imps win by?
25 points.
25 points. Adam, who's
Yeah,
going to win?
I agree with Beefy. I'm with Imperials as well. I think they've done some good recruiting way back in the off-season, and I think they deserve a good go, and I think they're going to have a crack this weekend. So I think it's Imps by 20 points.
By 20 points. Narelle, netball.
Yeah,
A-grade netball.
A-grade netball. I reckon Imps might get up as well against the Southern Suns. Carrie Daniels holds a fairly tight ship there, so I reckon.
Does.
Yeah, she'll know what moves to make to get them up. I
Not
reckon.
her first rodeo.
No, definitely not.
There.
Yeah.
All right, so Imps for a win there in the netball. Jervois v Ramblers. Beefy.
Jervois.
Yep, by how many?
By plenty.
By plenty.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
Ramblers, yeah, I
Yep.
think they'll get that easy.
Rightio. Adam?
Yeah, I'm with Jervois as well. They've had a tough couple of weeks, and they're a good club. They stick together. You know, their culture is really good out there, so they'll be out to have a real good crack. And unfortunately, it's against Ramblers, but it's definitely Jervois by a lot.
Yep. So, Narelle?
Yeah, and
Jervois
over in the
Ramblers?
netball
Yep.
world, so we've got Jervois sitting on the bottom of the ladder and Ramblers sitting on 8th. So I think this will be a really good game today, but I reckon Jervois will
Jervois will
go
get
on.
the win.
Yep.
I'm going for Imps, so I forgot to do that in the first one. I'm going for Imps, and I definitely Jervois in this game here.
Yep.
Mallee District. Now, this is an issue one, guys. Mallee Districts versus Manham at Mallee District's home ground. So, Beefy, who's going to win?
My head says Manham, and my heart says the Storm.
Right.
Because that will
That would help
affect
you.
us on the ladder.
That would help
of
you a little
course.
bit, wouldn't you?
But also, like, I coach kids out there, so
Yep.
I'm going for the Storm.
Going for the Storm. There we go.
Yeah, I'm tipping Manham. It'll be a very, very good game, I think. And I think it's going to be a nail biter, but I think Manham might just get over the line.
Right. Narelle in the
Yep,
netball.
in the netball. So I reckon Storm are going to get up on this one. They're just a little quiet achievers there. They just keep knocking away. So they're sitting second on the ladder, so I reckon they'll have a good win against Manham today.
No worries, good work. Thank you, Narelle. I'm going for a big upset in the footy. I think the Storm can get their first win today. So Quinny won't be talking to me anymore, but sorry, Quinny. Yeah, I think at home today, the Storm will get the win. Okay, blockbuster game here today, ladies and gentlemen. Beefy, I know who you're going to pick, but why are you going to win?
Why?
Yeah. You're going to cause the upset of the century.
Well, I think the young lads that have come back in, like Oates and Pitt,
Good players.
They're a real surprise packet. I'm waiting for Pitty to absolutely tear a game apart.
Yep.
All by himself. And
Absolutely.
when you see what he can do, one day he will do it. He's only a kid, but he's bound to do it.
Okay, good stuff. Adam?
It'll be the Cats here today. The Cat, obviously, we had quite a few in the Interleague game
We
as
did.
well. Matt Hartman, he's having a week off. Chad Kennett, he's back playing, but he's coming up through the res. He's playing out there now. So
Not straight back in for the captain.
no, we've got the culture here, Matt. You come up
Right.
through the twos, doesn't matter who you are. So
whiz,
we've put him in the twos. But you know, we've got the depth as well. So you know, that's on our side. So yeah, the Cats here today.
Netball. Cats.
Netball, yeah, I think we'll have a good win today, Matt. We've got Emily Richardson just really hitting her straps down the attack end,
Heard
and
she's going all right.
Mon Thompson in the centre court, and then Lucy Dow back down in defence. Yeah, she's been a hard one to beat, so I reckon we'll have a good win.
Lovely work. Yep,
Yeah.
and I think, yes, the Cats will win both A-grade footy and netball today. So there we have it there. And Maipo got the bye, of course. So, and that's also why within their social media they didn't have anything about the Indigenous Guernsey, because they have the bye. So therefore they're not playing. Which that's why they've got the bye.
That's why they've got the bye.
Just thought I'd just go through that. Now, I just want to mention, next week, round 10, it's a massive week for RMFLTV, because we will be live streaming the A-grade netball in the Ramblers v Manham game, which will be at 12 noon, which means our before the game will start at 10:30, so earlier time, and we've got a couple of the biggest names in RMFL football, in footballers, that'll be on our panel next week, so stay tuned for that. That'll be up on our Facebook page tomorrow. And of course then we've got the football at 2:30, so an absolute massive week for RMFL TV and all you viewers at home there next week. Guess what time it is, Marielle?
What time is it, Matt?
Time for Matt's quiz. Alrighty. You're not going to believe what I did this morning. I left home and left my questions
you're
on the computer,
joking.
on the printer. But that's right. I've handwritten them. There it is there. Right. Okay, now, can we please have the bats, please, MacGyver? Now, you must
Thank you
have
very
the...
much.
Thank you, MacGyver. Now, we must have the professionals facing the camera. Now, your buzzer will be your name. You've been watching Jimmy too much, haven't you? Could you like to test your buzzer, please, Beefy?
Beefy.
Unga.
Hang on, man. That was way too slow.
whoa.
Go again, please, Beefy. That's better.
Unga.
Narelle.
Right. Not Hinksy?
No.
No, Narelle. Okay. All right. Question number 1. And it won't be, what is your name? No. Who was the best on in the league for the RMFL last Saturday?
Beefy.
Yep.
Lockie Thomas.
Yes, Lockie Thomas. That's one. Beefy gets 1. Right. Question number 2. League football today. The best on-ground medal is named after who?
Beefy.
Unga.
Beefy again.
That's Wilson Hartman.
First names, please.
Roger and Noel.
Yes, thank you. Beefy, that's another one to you.
He's quick.
He's been practicing. That's what he's been doing. Who sponsors Matt's quiz?
Unga.
Yes.
The Ruck and the Rover.
Yes, correct. Adam, 1 for you. Merrill, come on, please.
Yeah, I'm trying to read the answers there,
This
Matt.
one.
Give me anything.
You can't read my handwriting, can you? All right. On the Arnott's Shapes biscuits, what flavour is the pink packet?
Yeah,
Beefy?
What flavours?
Yeah.
Narelle. Cheese and bacon.
All right. Took too long, Beefy. Narelle gets 1. So
We're gonna get
Becky's on 2. Adam's on 1, and Narelle's on 1. Okay. Hawthorn won by how many points last night?
Unga.
Oh, Unga, I'll give you that one.
3.
Yes, correct. And we'll get controversy here. Question number 6. In the interleague game last Saturday, Dan Mansell kicked 1 or 2 goals?
Beefy.
Yes.
1.
Incorrect?
Narelle.
Yes.
2.
That's incorrect.
I
there
was
one
over
or
at
two
Point
goals?
Turret with no signal. Was it
Oh.
3?
No, he didn't play. No, he didn't play.
He was coaching.
He was coaching, you dumbass.
Got us.
Got him, yes.
That wasn't in the question, Matt.
It wasn't, I didn't actually quite word that
No,
right.
you didn't.
You only had 2
1 or
parts.
2. No, none.
You only had 2 parts of the question, but he actually didn't play. All right, moving on.
I'm too worried about it.
Got him, yes.
Dunk tank.
Okay, right. Who did the Mallee Storm play today and where?
Manham
Hang on, did you say buzzer?
I said Beefy.
Okay, continue on then. Yeah.
Manham at the Peak.
Incorrect.
Oh. Well, it must be.
Narelle.
Yeah, Narelle, you said.
Manham Corinda.
Yes, Manham Corinda, 1 to Narelle.
This thing on?
Yeah, hang on, where am I up to? Yeah, right there. Right, 7.
50.
All right. Okay, concentrate. Right. Spring is made up of what months of the year?
Narelle.
Yes?
March, April, May.
No, that's... No.
No.
March, April, May. No, so spring is made up what months of the year?
Narelle.
Now you've had a go.
Unga.
Yes?
June, July, August?
Beefy, you can buzz in.
no idea.
And you get a free hit at this one. Spring.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got it.
September, October, November.
Yes! We got a winner.
We've been through every.
We got a winner. All right.
We know it's not now because
geez.
it's bloody winter. That's the only one I knew.
All right, moving on. I'll just try to ease these questions up a bit. Okay, on the Swamport Hotel League ladder, who's in 5th spot?
Oh.
Beefy.
Yep.
Talon Ben.
Talon Bend it is. That was aimed at you, Beefy, that one. All right, so Beefy gets that one. So Beefy, you're on 3, Adam 2, Narelle 2. Right, this is who am I? And this is worth 5 points, so anyone can win this from here,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Who am I? Don't say Matthew Hood. All right, I was born on the 22nd of February, 1962 in Melbourne. I moved to the Sunshine Coast in 1970 with my parents. I achieved international fame in the 1990s with documentaries, which was co-hosted by my wife. In 2006, I was killed while filming an underwater documentary. Unga.
It was Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin it is. Unga wins Matt's quiz. I just finished off. I was killed on Barrier Reef. My pride and joy is our Reptile Park Australia Zoo. I am Steve Irwin. Well, you win today's Matt's quiz.
I don't know how.
And do you know what you win? You get a free dunk in the dunking machine.
That's how silly this was, because that's all I was thinking about. That's why the stupid stuff come out my mouth.
You couldn't concentrate. Alrighty. A big thanks to Denise in production. Can't do the show without Denise. Kim Farnham, MacGyver, he does everything. We've had Harry on the camera, and Jimmy, he was here. He held up special notes during the show. So he's eating donuts. Is there any donuts left for us?
Sorry,
or not? So, thanks for watching Before the Game. I'm Matt.